Let's talk about books, Shody. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the weird things and the good things that we read. Let's talk about books.
Welcome back, y'all. Welcome to Adjacent Book Club for real this time. Today, we are talking about what we've been consuming. We got it mixed up, but we are back on track. So, go ahead. Tell us what you've been consuming, Shelly. I know you've been to a ton of restaurants around town and you've been watching your new favorite show, but it's the second season of your favorite show. What show have you been watching?
I still don't know the name of it.
It's called Nobody Wants This.
It's called Nobody Wants This. Y'all, it's so cute. It's so good about relationships and expectations and ebb and flow and that everybody I think this is the most important part of it. Everybody is going through something. Every relationship on that show is going through something, and that is okay.
Right.
That is okay. I finished the season. I could not put it down. So good. They spelled it out. I was blown away by the representation of all the different kinds of relationships.
Yes.
You're in a marriage and what that starts to feel like after the kids start growing up and you're moving into the teenage years. They do a great job. The the Kendra situation, the sister is engaged to her psychiatrist, and that is so interesting. The psychological is like, this is what I need. This is what I need in my relationship because you're not in a peaceful place that you think your relationship should look a certain way. And then kind of a Jody, what is it called when somebody love bomb? He's a love bomber, but not in a intentional bad way. He's just trying to be a really good boyfriend, but he does the same thing to everybody. And seeing it from a different perspective, it's like he's love bombing. And then Kristen Bell's parents in the show, he's discovered he's gay, and they're still in a relationship. Like they're still life partners, but he has his own thing going on, and she talks about how she settled and settled and settled. Oh my gosh, it's just such a beautiful relationship show about the diversity and the ebb and flow and I am so proud of them for the honest conversations.
Well, good.
Yeah, I really
Episodes is it?
10.
Okay. That's not
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, it's really cute and fun and engaging and silly and
But it has a good storyline. It has
it's a good, meaningful storyline.
good.
Yeah, and I hope they keep going. I hope they keep going, and I don't feel like it's what is it when they kind of spoon feed you? There's another word for it where they kind of spoon feed you.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's like that. I don't feel like it's like,
It's not dummied down.
yeah, it's not dummy down. It's like
It's a
this
smart
is
show.
yeah, it's like this is real and this is authentic and we're all going through something and I love it. I, they're them processing things. They do a great job. I'm bravo, love it.
What is
Highly
it on? Is it on HBO or
No, it's on Netflix. It's on Netflix, and it's great. If you haven't seen the first season, it's hilarious. Nobody, um, nobody wants this. and nobody knows the title of this the show, and that's okay. But
Just Kristen Bell. Just search
it's
up
Kristen Bell, yeah. And her sister, this is the funny part is her and her sister have a podcast, and a couple of people have said, "Hey, did y'all start a podcast because of that show?" And I was like, "No, we've been talking about a podcast way before that show came on."
Yeah.
But you guys, I love their little podcast, the little banter and everything. It's very funny. They talk about relationships, and this season it is definitely a back burner to the show. It's not as much. It's not every episode like it was last season. Their relationships and everything, and their relationship with the producer and everything is hilarious. And it's give it a watch. You're not going to be disappointed at all. I have to say, like, last week we had a single ready to mingle, and we had a couple of people reach out for our single ready to mingle, and he was busy with his haunted trail, and we appreciate you guys reaching out to learn about our single ready to mingle. I thought that was great.
Yeah, he's a really sweet guy. I really enjoy getting to know him better. He's the ringer, but he's healthy and ready to mingle.
He's ready to mingle, and I told him, I was like, "Hey, a couple of people reached out," and he was like, give me 1 week. Give me 1 week. I'm tired.
But he sounds like a good time guy. Like, he loves to travel and he's up for adventure, and
yeah, his whole family was on the haunted trail. It was so cute. Yeah.
So funny. What a cutie.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna tell us next, like, what books you're reading, but your phone was dead, so you can look them up. I'm sure it was like 7 different books.
Yeah, I'll have to share next time. Sorry, I'm between houses, and we had a baby shower today, and so I'm like a little frazzled.
That's okay. So we've had a busy week, and for those of you that do not know this, but Shelly and I do Airbnb out our house. Well, I Airbnb out my house. Shelly Airbnbs out her 3 houses. But if you need a place to stay in Austin, let us know. We can.
And my 3 houses are really close to each other, so if you're having a wedding or whatever, they're really great.
Yeah. So I read The Good Time Girl that you had read before. I hadn't read it, by Heather Gay. And those of you that are fans of The Housewives of Salt Lake City, you need to read this book. It is going to explain the Monica situation. When I watched it, I kind of felt bad for Monica. Like, oh, the cool girls are not letting her into the club. But once I read Heather Gay's rereading of court documents and text messages and blog posts and things of that sort, I was like, okay, now I understand why they were so upset. I mean, please read it. You're going to be like, okay, I get it. And on the show, but deep diving it with Heather Gay, I was like, pretty problematic. She's a great writer. Her books are really short, sweet, to the point, but she makes a lot of great connections with the world around us. I really, really resonated with her talking about her weight loss journey and the fact that she has raised 3 incredible daughters. She opened up her own business and has been very successful with her business. She's written 2 New York Times bestsellers, but it wasn't any of that got people's attention. They only were giving her kudos and high fives and, wow, you look great, and all of that when she lost her weight. And I was like, wow. I think as women in this society, and I feel bad for little girls too, there's so much pressure on the way we look. And I'm just like, she's a beautiful woman who is very, like, incredibly successful, but all she could think about was, you know, uh, losing weight. And the thing is, she's like really athletic too. She skis all the time. She does all the outdoor stuff. She's very athletic. And so I don't know. I think for all of us, we all go through our weight loss journeys and our weight gains, and we put so much pressure and it's so hard, I was like, golly, she's right. People would not give her the time of day. She was called like the fat girl and stuff like that. I was like, ugh, that's so sad, and even she said her mom would look at a picture and cover up her torso, and she would say, look how beautiful your face is. Look how beautiful your legs are. Now we just need to work on this area right here. And I was like, that is so mean. Like,
Well, and can I say that right there is, I feel like there's a confusion about this being a patriarch situation. I think it's women on women. Like, I think it's
both. I think it's the way that our society, like you're saying, like sets up like the beauty factor. What is pretty? What is not pretty? And I'm like, I don't know. I like to see now more of the ads with all diversity of what's beautiful. And I think we need to lift each other up. I think that's what you're saying. We need to lift each other. Wow.
And I think it's typically women on women hating on women.
We
I
need to
don't
love
think,
each other.
yeah, I think we have effectively silenced the men in society. So if we're still having this debate, that's on us.
Well, I think
Ah,
men can be a problem too, for sure. I think women, we need to not add to it with ourselves. We need to not battle ourselves. That's one thing I don't like when I watch The Housewives, and is when they're battling. And I actually think their producers are getting it wrong.
I think they're getting it so wrong.
They're having a good time. I think their producers think we want to watch all the battles and the anger and the blah, blah. I don't mind conflict and resolution, but I think when you're having conflict just for conflict, like one thing on the OC that they're doing a lot is they are just bringing out things that are on the post and the post and the post. And this was on the post, and you said this in a blog, and you said this on a podcast. And I'm like, ugh, can y'all just have a good time and hang out together? I do not think, yes, I've been in situations where I have argued, with family or friends or whatever. We've had that. Of course, we get to conflict and resolution. But if I argued as much with my friends and family as they do, I would be like, I don't think we're hanging out anymore.
Well, and I have to tell you, this weekend, Jordan and Amy and another one of their friends, they went to the beach.
Yeah.
And they sent out a bunch of snaps and Instagram videos and everything of them having the best time.
Yes.
And I was like, this brings me so much joy.
I love that.
Go, 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 go. And I feel like I agree with you, Jody. I feel like Bravo is missing the situation. I loved Luann and Ramona
and
being silly and doing their great silly stuff. When Bethany came in and started poking the bear and stuff like that, I didn't enjoy that. I love, like, on New Jersey, the sister and the two sisters and the sister-in-law, and like what that family dynamic looked like, even though it was a little dramatic. Oh, it felt more authentic. I feel like they're just trudging shit up.
I know.
And I'm just like,
and
I
they
don't.
please stop. I don't know. I don't like all the arguing. I think it's too toxic. I'm just like, "Ugh, okay.
I don't
You're
want to
mad
sit
at
and
each
watch y'all
other.
argue. Go to
Mad at each other for something that
Mexico.
happened 15 years ago. Let's move on. Go have
Yeah.
fun. Go be silly. I'm not. When support each other. I love when they show their charities that they work with.
Yeah.
I love when they show their families. I love
Yeah.
kids. If the kids want to be filmed, I don't think they should be forced to film.
Well, and I have to tell you, Gina, I only see her from social media, but she's putting out
Or on social media.
I love it. I love it. Her silliness, her and her
It's funny.
boyfriend. Yeah.
Yes. So I don't know. I like to see more of that. I don't know who's telling them, yeah, we need to argue all the time. Not enough is going on. This is boring. I'm like, it's not boring. It's actually funny and cute. I want to see people having a good time. Like, I know Shannon, a lot of people on the OC.
I love Shannon.
Not like they're like, she's not having her best season. I'm like, she's recovering from last season when she had so much crap going on. And she's getting to be her silly self. Like, but I like watching her silly self.
Yeah.
You know, they went to Amsterdam. She did a bunch of mushrooms and stuff. She ate space cakes.
I heard that Heather did as well. And
Oh yeah.
and now I'm like, they were like, Heather did all the drugs. Y'all need to watch it. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
I love when they just have real experiences and stop putting on the show.
Yeah. It's too much. I'm like, people just stirring the pot and then trying to triangulate everybody and trying to figure out who's on their side and who's not on their side. I'm just like, stop. Either be friends or just get off the show.
Yeah.
The other book that I'm almost finished with it, so there might be a twist, but I do recommend it. It's called Gone Before Goodbye, and Reese Witherspoon and one other author wrote it together. It's a very quick read. It's about a girl who basically gets a very hard offer to refuse, and she puts herself in a very dangerous situation. And what she uncovers is very timely. Very, very timely. So I heard this podcast recently. Maybe it's a podcast, but it was how democracy is dead. And it talks about from this professor that he said, what happens is when you have these extremely wealthy people, you know, and they set up these nonprofits, let's say, this is not across the board. But sometimes they set up these nonprofits, and then let's say that these nonprofits need to get trucks or buildings made or something like that. Some of these very, very wealthy criminal type people might go and help these nonprofits, but then they use their own construction companies or their own shipping companies to launder the money, and then it gets really, like,
messy.
Where are you getting the money from? And then you forget, like, well, I really need this money. It's helping all these you're helping lives and you're doing all this, but you might forget, like, who's behind the scenes,
Yeah.
So it's a very interesting book. It also goes into an AI grief app. And I asked Shelly before, I was like, if you were going to bring somebody back presently, that an AI grief app was created, which I'm sure they're working on today. And I know all of us have had that phone, that last voicemail from mom and then your phone gets ruined or something sad happens. Well, this is a pretend book, but there is a grief app in it. And this one character talks to somebody who had passed and uses the grief app on the regular. And I was like, Shelly, who would you bring back from your grief app? I mean, there's so many, but if you had one person to bring back for your grief app, who would it be?
I originally said Steve Jobs because she prefaced this by talking about financial situations, and I said Steve Jobs. But now, right now, in this space, I'm gonna say Holly Courier.
Oh, our grandmother. She would be interesting to have a group app with. There's so many people that all of us have lost and all of that, but it's interesting what AI is doing, and I don't think that this is too far off from something that they will create.
No, yeah, they've talked about it on a couple of movies, and Jody and I kept having the conversation, and it was like how it would be manipulated. It's like I asked mom if she thinks you're an asshole,
Yeah.
and she
And then if
said
we
you're
don't
an
have
asshole.
on our group app and 2 different answers happen,
Yeah.
then we would be arguing.
And so the manipulation and
You're like,
everything
"Oh."
continues. And so I think it's a really bad idea, but I'm like, I was like, oh, Steve Jobs. But I think Holly Courier would be great. But that is so, I mean, if you've used AI at all, you know the downfalls.
It could be a dangerous slippery slope for sure. I don't know, but I don't know.
I
I
don't
think
know.
that there are some beautiful things coming out of technology, saving beautiful photos, memories,
Yeah.
and those voicemails and things like that. I love now that they have where the pictures can move like on Harry Potter.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They talk to you, so to speak. That might feel really nice. It just kind of reminds me of I found all our old VHS. I was like, I need to get these put onto something that we can actually watch.
Yeah. They would
I don't have like scroll recorders anymore.
yeah, and I did all that for all of ours and put them on hard drive.
But it's also what Pam out loud said. If it's important to you, it's not up in a shelf. You're looking at it, you're using it, you're
Yeah.
having those memories. And I appreciated what she was saying because it's been really helpful when I clean out things.
Yeah. Well, and is there like does that make you stagnant if you have that opportunity? And I get it. I get why someone would do it. But does it make you not present, not here? You're
Right.
engaging in
If you're
something.
living in that section of mourning, I think does it help? Does it drag it out? Does it? I don't know. It's hard to know. It's hard to know.
Yeah.
This is a fictional book, but I could actually see this happening one day.
Oh no! Well, they've done a couple of movies about it already, and
Yeah.
so it is.
Sometimes these are fortune tellers for sure,
Yeah,
and they're
so
like
interesting.
giving you warnings about how it could not be so good. I also need to send out an apology. I listened to our last book club, and boy, oh boy, my runny nose was really a nuisance. I was constantly the whole time. I'm so sorry. I know I have a habit with that. I told Shelly, I said, I will start taking allergy medication before I come on the podcast because sometimes it's a nervous tick. And then sometimes it's just my nose will not stop running. Shelly's like, you have had allergies for almost a complete year that we've been doing this. I was like, I should go to an allergist. Anyway,
Well, they all.
sorry, guys, but I put little notes for me. Do not suck in your mocos.
And we all have our things. Like I have a little checks, and it's we all have them, and there's nothing like a podcast to point them out.
I know. At least I'm not on TV. That's the only good thing.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Doing Heather Gay thing, or I would be doing all the lipo and all that. I'm like, at least I don't have to look at myself. And they get criticized from outside sources. I'm sure people are writing things, but I don't really pay that much attention. I mean, I only want to see the good stuff. I'm like, let's look at the silver lining. I don't want to deep dive into the bad stuff. It'll just make me very like, well, that's not very nice. If you want me to work on something, I will. I am. Shelly is very good about like, and then when I listen to it too, I'm like, I'm so sorry.
No. I actually, when I said it, I was like, hey, I think you need to see an allergist.
Yeah.
I was like, I think there's something legit going on with your nose.
I know. It's always big. It's always.
I wish you could see videos because sometimes she's talking and it's like
It's always itchy.
It's like,
oh, I got it. Anyway, if any listeners have a really good Austin allergist, please send them.
Yeah, agreed. You guys, thank you so much for supporting our sponsors.
Yes, Cozy Earth, and we are bringing in a new sponsor, Cornucopia Popcorn, from one of our sweet loves, Nadia, is owner of Cornucopia, and they are giving us a great discount. This is a great time if you want to get some popcorn for your family members, or if you're doing an event or anything like that.
Or if you're a business owner and need to send a holiday gift.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it is amazing. I've been to the factory. It's incredible. It's a very small, Austin business owned, and it's incredible.
Women. Oh, it's owned by a woman.
Yeah, Nadia and her brother. But yes, Nadia is one of the original owners. And I have to tell you, so they're giving us a discount. All you have to put is ShodyMedia, or when you order on the website, we will put the website up. It'll give you all the information. Please order from her. I think this is great. We love her so much. She has been such a blessing in our lives and to our family. She is a ray of light. She brings goodness into this earth, and I cannot speak more highly of Nadia. She has just been an incredible person that we feel so lucky to have every day. You should see her with Graham. It is the sweetest love. She is so kind, so considerate. And anyway, I just please order from Cornucopia Popcorn. You will not regret it. She has so many different flavors. They come up with new flavors all the time. They've also been sponsors for CPATH and giving tons of popcorn to that great cause. They also help other fundraising and small businesses, and you name it, they're doing it all. I'm so impressed. I'm so proud of her. She's a firecracker. So
agreed. Support and use ShodyMedia. Get your holiday shopping done. Use Cozy Earth. Jody, pens and the sports one, All Glory. Pens.
You can make a whole list at the bottom. We'll send that out. It's also in our Facebook and our website. It's all in there. Don't let the holidays go without, getting some of these great. I mean, you're going to get some great deals.
Oh, smoking hot deals. And those of you that have purchased, thank you. We don't know who has purchased, but we see the numbers coming in and we are blown away. And we really appreciate the support because it's paying for this podcast to continue for another year. And we have some celebrations coming up and we can't wait. And me and you guys, we are so bottom of the heart thankful.
Yeah.
We are so thankful for this journey. Thank you so much for keeping Jody out of the classroom and me off the pole.
Well, on that note, Texas.
Yeehaw!